I would say. And what about you? How was your day?
I'm pretty well. I'm fit as fiddle. Thank you so much for asking me. I'm very delighted, and you can say that I'm extremely pleased, tremendously honored to be here to become part of this podcast with you.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
giving
so
this
much.
opportunity, I would say, because I think you are a very good speaker. I have go through your channel, so there is so many conversation and podcasts were there. So I
Okay, thank
got
you.
the better experience how you are expressing your thought in a good way. So I learned so many things. So now I think for our viewers, let's get introduced first. Then we will discuss further.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much for appreciating my communication, Preeti. I'm very feeling very complicit for that. You speak very well. I have gone through your videos as well. I have checked previous conversation with other guests. You are very hospitable. That's what I can say. You are courteous. You are kind. You are very gregarious kind of person. Very, you are friendly. These qualities are also required when we are taking anybody's interview or session. You can say communication will come over time, but these qualities are very important that you already have in you. Proud of that.
Thank you so much. I
Okay.
think that's this is your kind words for me that appreciate to me so that I can also work on my skills.
Yes, I'm being very real here. I'm not flirting or anything. I'm being very real and appreciating you for your virtues. Okay, let me introduce myself.
Yes.
My name is Kazi Tawfiqul Amin. You can call me Tawfiq. This is my, you can say that this is my pet name. And if I talk about my other things, like about my job, like I have been doing job for 3 years in MNC, you can say that in corporate. And if I talk about my other hobbies, you can say I am doing YouTube. It's been only 3 months. Along with that, I have some few other hobbies like reading books. I am a bookworm. I like reading books a lot. Along with that, I like listening music. In addition, I love talking with my friends in my spare time. If I talk about my family, I have loving parents, one elder brother. That's all about me, ma'am. Why
Thank you.
don't you introduce yourself?
Yes, yes.
Because I am, like I think we should know. Whoever are new, they are also, here for the first time.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for giving your wonderful introduction. Because I also know about you because I don't know about your introduction part because I always skip the introduction part. But yeah, so now I will introduce myself. My name is Preeti. I hail from Indore. I talk about my study. So I have completed MBA. Previously, I was working as a financial advisor, but now I'm not working because I'm having two mischievous kids. So I have to take care of them, and whenever they are going to the school and they are busy, so I use my time to upgrading myself. Nowadays, I am upskills myself as a good communicator. So I started I running my YouTube channel more than I think three months. So when I start my journey, that time I don't know how to connect to the people and how to start to the communication and how to hold the communication also. So somewhere I started my journey. So I'm also using other platform, that is the episodal
Okay.
platform. So wherever I'm doing the conversation, so that will be uploaded on my YouTube channel because I started to my channel by the long conversation. It's only the videos, not a shorts. So like so that way, like I also got the subscriber and I was thinking I have to be upskills at that way. So that is I think pretty much about me. And yeah, that's it, I think so.
That's nice. That's phenomenal. Talking about Episodian, I have been using that application for quite a while. In there, I get only 6 to 7 minutes with
Yes, yes.
every candidate, and it's a very time-consuming one. They will make you wait for 5 minutes to prepare the topic.
Right.
Then you will meet. Then
Yes.
somebody will discuss the intro, like how you are supposed to talk with the other person. Then you will be able to talk with the other person. So
Right.
it's a time-consuming process. If you are driving, if you are doing household chores in between, you are using Episodian. That's a very nice way to practicing English. Otherwise, I would say there are multiple calling applications, video calling applications are there, so they can choose that as well. Okay, now let me appreciate your other work, like you have done accomplished many things in your life. If I talk about your other, like other things, like you are looking after your household, your children, your family, at the same time you have that fire in your belly, you want to do something in life, that deserve the, that deserve the appreciation, the comment from everyone. I think we all are fighters like you,
Right. Yes, so that is why
and
we
proud
I
of
also,
that.
yes, I also started my journey more than 3 months. So when I start my journey to the learning this language communication, so that time simultaneously I started my YouTube channel. That is not about to the before, because I don't know how to talk to the people and how to express our thought in any kind of topic. But yeah, now I'm able to express my thought any kind of topic.
Okay, the same thing occurred to me 3, 4 years ago. Before I joined my work in corporate, I started my YouTube channel simultaneously for that matter. Later on, I had to quit because it was night shift I was doing. Along with that, there were multiple issues that came along, that tag along on the way with that job. So I unfortunately I couldn't continue with my YouTube
Okay.
career. But now I seriously uh, gave a thought about using this application and what can I say, using this platform to improve my English, at the same time to uh, inspire other people to learn
Right.
English. It's not that difficult language. We all can learn if we have the zeal to learn. That's all what I can say for learning languages.
Yes. So I would ask some questions for you. So, sir, how you learn this language? Like you are in corporate, right? So there is the need to you have to talk with the other co-workers in English, or like you have to talk in your mother tongue.
No, only English. If I talk about my colleagues, I don't know Hindi properly. So, my colleagues, some people are from Kolkata. I speak with them with our colloquial language, the regional tongue that we speak Bengali. Otherwise, I speak in English. English, I'm not talking about that, swift, accented, efficient English. It's very common, normal Indian English that we are accustomed to speak in our workplace, at our workplace, whenever we are there. It's not very common thing like, have you had your lunch? If you haven't had, then please go have it, otherwise it will be too late.
Okay.
What happened in yesterday's project, or why that person is upset with that other person, like these kind of things are very common, discussion of our office.
Yes.
And like I never felt like practicing all these things at my office or outside. If I talk about learning English, that happened long back. I was working, I was giving my heart and soul and learning it during lockdown.
Okay.
I made a lot of friends. Along with that, like, consecutively, I was doing multiple stuff. I was doing multitasking. I was reading books. I was watching, noting down. I was noting down lots of vocabularies. I
Yeah.
flirted with lot of vocabularies in those days. So I like using them in conversations. It was a big task for me.
Right.
Then I joined corporate. This is how everything changed. The scenario altered, and now I am into another page of my life.
Yeah. I also learn, so I think I also collect so many vocab. So when I got a chance to anyone else to talking, so that time I also use that vocab. But sometimes, like if you are not using this language for like when I learn this language, that time I use this language in a whole day, can say. But now, if I'm not using the language like in a whole day, so I was stucking also. I also think like when I'm also fumbling, and whatever the words we learn, we are also forgetting because we are habitual with the old words. So whatever words we know, we are trying to use only that word. We are not able to using the new words whatever we learn. I think so that is the we have to listen a lot. So when we listen, then we can use that word in a easier because it's automatically come on your tongue.
I will tell you, Preeti, something that
Yes.
would really help you and other viewers. That is, I focus more than listening towards reading, because whenever I'm listening, my mind is hovering over some other thoughts, you know. It is
Yeah.
not concentrated all the time in the audio.
Right.
Audio will not sit for my concentration. It will start rolling on, right? And then rewind, watch again, then again I miss something. Like it's a course of listening, multiple listening, you know,
Okay.
repeated listening. That's the right word to use
Okay.
here. Apart from that, if you want to learn vocabulary or learn sentence structure um, in a simple way, then I would suggest people, learners, please read every day one passage, two passage, or two, three vocabularies. You will get it, you know.
Okay.
If you are not comfortable with reading newspaper, read any of your interesting books like that interest you.
Yes.
That like don't read something that interests me. Read something that interests you guys. Then only you'll be able to read it with full concentration, with with full what can I say, concentration, or your mind will be, you have to latch onto that book, you know. Do
Right.
not do not roam here and there, like wait until the one page is finished.
Right.
You will get
Absolutely correct.
multiple words. Use them while speaking with your friends. Don't
Yes.
use hard words. Use the very spoken, colloquial English words that we are often, used to use.
Right, absolutely correct. Because I also go through the reading nowadays. Before that, I didn't go for the reading. I just listen a lot and try to speak a lot. But nowadays, I also go through the reading. So I would suggest like who are learning this language, so they don't go for that kind of book that according to your level, whatever the level do you have. Like if you are the beginner, so I also reading one book that is the Sudha Murthy Mill. So there is the very basic language she used, so I also go through that,
Three
so
thousand
that
stitches.
yeah, like we also like it's a basic language she used, so that is very understandable what they want to say. If you are not understanding any book, so I think there is no need to read of the book. So because why people interest the create to reading any books, when you understand the book, then your interest automatically created there. But if you are not understanding what the books and what's the words they want to say, if you are not understanding, so your interest is also not created there. So I think like who are the beginners, so they have to try to start to the any animation books, animation stories there. And if you are going for the, if you are on the intermediate level, so like they have to go for the basic, like I also go Sudha Murthy ma'am. So there is very basic language, very small words also we are getting. So that is easily memorable. Whenever you are getting to talk someone else, then you can utilize your words. And when you are describing your old story, and there is the story of the COVID time, and they are discussing about to the there many historical stories they are also mentioning there. So that way we also recall all the words, and we are also recalling our memorable day, like earlier days. And like who are in the,
Yes.
yes, and who are the more than intermediate level, so they have to go for the atomic habit, and one book is also the ikigai. So they have to go to this book, because this is better than advanced. Because if you are in advanced, then you go through this book. Because if you are not able to understand any, but why people are reading this book, because they think we have to learn this language, so they are going for the through the reading. But we have to choose the book according to your level. That is the great way to start to the reading, and then you are getting the interest also.
Thank you so much for your insight, Vicky. But I have different opinion around
Yes.
it. You know, like in my learning days, I did not learn much thing from easy books.
Okay.
I learned from difficult books. If you are, I can tell you, I have gone through those books of Sudhamurti. It was so
Yeah.
easy that I have read one, two story for within 2 hours. You know, it is,
Okay.
and one story contains 14 page, 13 pages. It was so easy.
So easy,
Like
right?
if 5 to 10 years old, uh, children, they could read it and finish it within a day.
Right.
So you can understand, I was watching one of her interview, or you can say that inauguration of her, like not inauguration, I can say that book launch ceremony with Sasi Tharoor. She
Hmm.
was there with one Saraswati idol beside her. She was giving one speech. In that, Sashi Tharoor complained to her about her book. Like, why do you have problem with vocabularies? Why don't you use vocabularies to express your thoughts? She said, we people who are from India, we don't have great vocabularies like you, I mean, Sashi
Right.
Tharoor and Ram Goa. We are normal people. We understand English. We can express our thoughts in English, but we are not excellent at it.
Right.
So here, she said, why do I bother them by using hard vocabulary? If they are cooking and reading my books in another hand, why do I have to bother them to leave cooking, quit cooking, and look for the dictionary?
Yes.
Let them cook. Let them read my book, like that. It
Yeah.
was so well said. I can say that her statement was so heart touching. I still remember her, webinar, seminar, or whatever. It was a book launch, maybe. I watched that back in 2023. I still remember her words till now. She's an amazing speaker as well. She speaks really well. Who speaks well, I think that person writes well also. Eloquent people do, prolific writing.
I think I learned so
One
many
another
words from
thing,
you.
yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Here, I would like to say to my viewers and your viewers as well, if you are stuck in comfort zone by reading all those easy things, then growth will not gonna come easy
Yeah.
way. You have to take challenges. I remember I at the beginning I started reading with a difficult book. According to my level, it was very difficult. It was
Okay.
Alchemist. I can read that comfortably now, very easily. Back in those days, it was one of the most obstruse tasks for me. I barely could read one or two pages on the first day, and I felt very, very demotivated. But
Yeah.
I didn't give up. I think you all should have the same approach like I had. Collect words. You will find that one word again and again, repeatedly. Those words, you are like after five or six times, you will not have to go look for the dictionary. You already remember that word.
Right.
That yes, there will be one deja vu, inkling in your mind that didn't I learn this word the other day? I remember the meaning of this word, so I don't have to look for the dictionary. Take pause. Do not search in dictionary. That do I like? There will be one feeling of knowing.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of fun learning vocabularies. I forget. I relearn. I remember the other day I was watching something and I found multiple words that I know, but I couldn't recall their meaning,
Yeah.
and I was laughing at myself.
Yeah, it's thing happen. That thing happened with me also because I know the words, but whenever people are using, that time I was thinking also why I'm not using the words, new words. But I think we are familiar with the old words, so we are trying to use our old words. We are not able to try to use new words, but we have to try it that way. Like we are also learning. I think it will take the time. Like it's because I'm learning this language more than 3 months, so that is not easiest way to grasping all the vocab, so it will take time. So why over the time when you are using continuously that language and you are listening to others, so whenever I'm doing any podcast with someone else, so that time whoever is giving their speech, that time I also learn from them whatever they are using the new words, so I try to use that word in my second conversation. So that habits nowadays I
Definitely.
incorporate nowadays.
Okay, that's awesome. So here, Preeti, I would like to say to you and to everyone, our passion, our interest is the most important thing. Everything, it is above everything. If you are not interested, if you are not inclined towards learning anything, if you have all amenities, all resources, you cannot learn.
Yes,
You
yes.
have to have that vigor in you that I need to learn this language with hook and crook, you will end up learning it. If you don't have money in your bank account, if you are not getting any support from your family, you don't have mobile phone, you will figure out a way to learn. I remember one guy I met with in calling application. He said, I learn English from foreigner. I am illiterate. I am from Varanasi. I am using my friend's phone to use this application to talk with stranger to improve my English.
So that's
That
a
really,
tremendous thing.
yes, that's the, what can I say, drastic thing for me. I was shocked. I was, I was appalled by this statement, and I felt proud of that guy who refused to give up on life.
Okay. Because it's a zeal of him, like he have a zeal, he want to do something, so that is why he figure it out. We have to learn somewhere and somehow, so that is why he find it out the phone, and then he start their own journey of the communication, right? So I
Yes,
think
he
it's would
he
say a
had
zeal.
started. I
Yes.
don't know how he had started, but he said he had started with talking with foreigners. There are multiple foreigners at Varanasi's, step wells, where there it's a very spiritual place.
Okay.
You get to
Yes,
see,
yes.
if you ever visit there, you will find a lot of foreigners are roaming here and there. They are doing photography, talking with monks.
Right.
Especially, I remember Beatles came over, I don't know, many years ago. So it's a very spiritual, divine place. So
I know
that
that.
guy connected with me from there itself, and he had shared this amazing story, not story, his journey.
His
It
journey.
was heart touching. I still remember him. Hope he has been also learning by now
I got it.
or become excellent at it. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's I also learned this language by starting by the S fluency. So when I start my learning journey, so I
Yes,
try
me
to
too.
use S fluency. Then I just move another thing, like I just go for the group conversation. Initially, I was very fumbling, and I also afraid from other people what they are thinking about me if I am speaking. So like initially I was stucking too much, but nowadays like I'm not stucking. I just go through that. If I'm because we have to read it. When you are consuming lots of English, then your thoughts is automatically come out on your tongue. So that is the great way.
Yes. I think, according to me, there is no substitute other than practicing. You have to practice every day. I am making lot of mistakes. We are not spared from mistakes. We all are full of mistakes, filled with mistakes, whatever you are speaking.
Yes, yes.
Maybe it's less, as if to some people it's more. It will reduce, the ratio will reduce over time, but we have to keep on practicing. It doesn't. I never gave any damn about my mistakes. I was fully focused on expressing my thoughts.
Yes.
Language is the vehicle of our thoughts. We have to express ourselves with that rather than focusing on grammar. Nobody taught me in my childhood that what are the grammars in Bengali to speak Bengali. I learned from other people's, you know, sentences. I think this is the correct way, but we want to learn this language within a matter of 1 or 2 years. So I think we should learn tenses, idioms, phrasal verbs, listen to a lot of people's podcasts. Not everyone's, the people who I fond of listen to,
Yes.
who I fond of listening. I love to listen a lot of intellectual people who have accomplished more in life. I love listening to them and learn from their sentences. They are very good speaker. I don't know where they got trained from. I will figure that out. But
Yeah,
they
sir.
speak really well.
Yes, you are. I think you are a very good speaker. I have seen you. So, how you learn this language? Like you are using a whole day that language, or like when you got a chance, like you are already
No,
sent to
not
it.
like that. Nowadays I'm looking for a job. Previously, while I was at my work, I used to speak in English with my colleagues. Along with that, I used to speak Bengali as well, as I have mentioned. I used to speak. My work was all about English. That's it.
Okay.
I never learned anything from my work. That is irony, everything you have, everything that I do at my office, that I know already. There is no scope for learning English. I can learn other things about corporate, Excel,
Yes. So,
PowerPoint, everything, but not English.
okay. So, which corporate sector, like you are in MNC, so what is your stream actually?
It's BPO,
BPO.
MNC BPO.
So I think you
Yes.
have a good command on this language before that, or like you learn this language, because I think whoever
I
is doing the job in BPO, so they have a good command on this language, right? Am I correct?
Yes, you must have. Yes, you are quite right. There are multiple people I have came across with. They have great command over this language, especially our seniors. That's why they got promoted, right?
Yeah.
They have good command over English. English is mandatory. Most of the people, not most of them, maybe 90% people who are from English background,
Hmm.
Some people are Christians, they have been to convent, they
Yes.
learned, yes, they got that exposure since their childhood.
Yeah.
I remember, like, I used to have a lot of friends. I used to talk with them. They are not even comfortable with their own mother tongue. They are
Okay.
speaking, yeah, yes, they are speaking flawlessly.
I got it.
You will be enamored by their communication if you ever talk with them.
Yeah, I also across so many people, but I talked in Hindi, like because I was working as a financial advisor. So there is a, it's all are the Indian people, like they are not from other country people, and they are the other state people also, but they are also trying to speak in Hindi. And some people they are not knowing the Hindi language, they are knowing their other mother tongue. So we used to talk in English, but little bit because that is about to the only profession, like what is the stock and how to
Okay,
trade it. So I was working in that field, so I think I
see,
don't know.
Preeti,
Yes.
I will tell you, do not feel inferior about it or feeling, you know, off about it. It's okay. You are doing your best, and right now, if you can learn it, like you will learn it completely. And my work was all about it. I had to learn it. I had to self-taught it. I had to nurture myself at the beginning, how to speak. Otherwise, I wouldn't fit into that sector. They
Right.
will, I will be fired after a few days if I don't work my work correctly.
Yes.
And I was really into communication. I love to express myself since my childhood. That is the reason I chose this domain back in 2022. And that year, I seriously thought about going into this sector in order to try my career, see how it goes in future. Hope something will happen, or let's see what will happen in YouTube. I have just kickstart this journey of
Okay.
YouTube. Let's see how it goes.
I think it's will going good because you are already a good communicator. You are already connected with so many peoples.
You will thank you so much for that comment or appreciation. I appreciate it though. Many people say that it will come to you gradually, but the person we are, that I can never change. The person you are, the beautiful person you are, like you can never change. You are speaking in Hindi today, the same language will change into English tomorrow.
Right.
Nowadays, I don't feel like I'm speaking in any special language that I should be proud of. This is a language that's spoken by millions of Indians.
Right.
We live in diverse country where we have over 200 official languages.
Yeah.
Learning this language is not that special, but people are dying to learn this language. I don't know
Right.
what God is doing for. That's
Actually,
good
we
for them.
actually we all knows that like if we know this language, it means it's a commendable job for us. If we don't know, so people are thinking
Mm,
like
yeah.
you are getting the good opportunity. Doors is also open somewhere, and you think about your career also. If you want, if you have this language, you know this language in a very well way, how to communicate, how to hold the conversation. Like we are already creating the content on our YouTube channel, so like that language is the niche we
Yes.
have created the that niche, like that conversation is people are also listening that conversation, right? So that is why we created the content on our channel.
That's really nice. I have started doing these sessions ever since I came across with the Ram's podcast, Ramachandran from Andhra Pradesh. Along with that, I don't know where does he live.
I think he
I
is
don't
from
know where does he live.
Bangalore,
Chennai or
Chennai
Bangalore,
or Bangalore.
Chennai, somewhere
Yes,
from South India.
yes.
His name is Ramachandran, and another one is another one very famous YouTuber. She has been doing real hard work. She deserves a lot of recognition, but nowadays, her subscribers is little less. Subscribers are less right now, but she is doing really great in her YouTube career. She is advocate Karishma Chauhan
Charisma.
Saha,
Yes,
maybe. Karishma speaks really well. I'm proud of her the way she has been doing hard work. Ramchandran, he's also doing very well in his career. Um, in YouTube, he does edit really well. I
yes,
like his editing and the way he chooses his guests, his questions, he's taking pauses, he's being too genuine, in over like in social media platform. That is very commendable.
yes. I think, sir, we are running out of the time. So, do you have any questions for me? I think this conversation is about the only English, so that is really helpful for the others who are learning this language. So they are also appreciate from this video.
I really wanted to talk about that topic, that why youngsters are doing suicide nowadays. That's the
Yeah,
topic you fetched at the beginning. We
yeah. I was
didn't get
thinking.
any time to speak about that
Right.
topic. I'm so sorry for it. I was
It's
looking
okay.
forward to speak about it. Okay, maybe for the next conversation, let's keep it.
Yes, yes.
And that happens to me as well. Like my friends often complain in my English. You made me remember about my beginning days. In those days, I was so talkative that we forgot about the topic. By the
Okay.
end of 1.5 hours, we realized that we had to talk about a topic, right?
Right. But
Now,
I think, sir, it's depend on the what conversation is going on. Like because you are a very great speaker, I have seen. So I would love to know about your journey, about your speaking, and about your profession. So that way we also gain something from you. So that is why I don't jump on the topic. That is why.
thank you.
Thank you so much for
It
having me.
means the world to me.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So it's
Most
a
welcome. Take care.
grateful conversation. So I think that video will be really helpful for them who are learning this language, and they can also motivate from this they are inspired, and they can also start their own journey to speaking.
Let's hope so. Let's
Yeah,
hope for
thank
the best. Take
yes,
care.
yes. Thank you, sir.
Have a nice
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Have a nice day.